This week, I chose How to Read an Unwritten Language by Philip Graham.
And I read the book by Philip Graham, and we're going to get into the review. How to Read an Unwritten Language is about a family where we follow the main character, Michael, and basically the family falls apart somehow.
The beginning of the story is centered around his relationship with his mother and his father and his family, and how that shapes the rest of his life, the way that he interacts with people and how he almost sees through them to perceive what's hurting them or to perceive what is really at the base of their character.
And you see these people grow up, become bitter or become happy, and basically it's talking about a changing family dynamic. And this whole book, the whole essence of this book is about characters.
The way the book is really formatted is you have the past being told and then it's constantly switching to the future.
You wait for these two things to meet up, they crash together, and then the story just heads into the present/future.
The plotline of this story was incredibly special. Really, the beauty of this book was within the specificities of it. The way that you have this symbolism that doesn't feel very contrived, but instead is just integral to the character himself.
It's very important for a book like this to have good character development, so luckily it had good character development. Some of the characters just became awful, really annoying to listen to, and some of the characters became more interesting. That being said, I feel like there were some characters that just remained undeveloped, even though maybe that was the point. Maybe the idea of this character is that this person wouldn't change.
I thought that this book definitely had a few flaws. Primarily what didn't keep my interest as much towards the end of the book was a point in his life where he is building up this own secret world of his, and I felt like that was kind of a long and agonizing process.
Just the main flaw of this book is it just becomes so monotonous at times, so it just repeats over and over and over again, hammering the point in until you've gotten it 20 pages ago. It just keeps talking about it.
What made this book incredibly special to me is that you have this really witty interplay of symbolism and larger ideas, and I think that the author did a good job with creating deeper meaning within certain scenes by tying them together with this greater image of what was going on in the story.
The symbolism in this book was good. There was a lot of symbolism, a lot of it. But when you give 40 examples, you've gone a bit too far. So I think that some of the chapters stretched on too long. I remember again, towards the end is where this book kind of falters. There was a period where this one chapter kept going on and on and on and on, and I just wasn't a fan.
I would rate this book a 4 out of 5 because although it has its flaws, I think that it's just incredibly special in its writing style. And
I would rate this book a 3.25 out of 5, which I think is pretty good. It's way better than average. It's a good book. I just think that it has some flaws for some readers.
This story was just incredibly crafted, and you can see how much the author really cares about each and every character and the direction of their lives and what they mean to one another.
I would recommend you go check out this book because it honestly is pretty good.